So we are going to start on the mat. Now you are going to choose the way you're going to do that. So you're going to find your favorite position to do your centering. Start with, I'll walk you through it, but just coming into your own space, into your own silence. So it can be child's pose. It could be Ardha Shavasana. It could be seated. It really doesn't matter. Just find something you're like, oh yeah, or supported fish. That's one of my favorites. So settle into a position that you know you can stay there for probably 4+ minutes. And of course, if you settle into a position and you go, oh dear, my body's not liking it, you can change it. But what you're trying to aim for is some stillness. You could be standing too. That's a good thing. So take a deep, deep breath. Big breath in. Exhale through your mouth. There you go. You gave yourself the signal that this is it. We start. And I will mute all of you. Allow that sensation of quiet to take over. You feel it bit by bit taking over your body, taking over your mind. And what I find is the first thing we kind of notice is the silence in the room or the stillness. So your ears can take over. And if you have windows open, you might even hear some birds. And once that wave of letting go, of quieting down has kind of taken over, I want you to pay attention and be present, be in your body. I'm really hoping that today your body feels good. And hopefully if it's got some kind of aches or restrictions, that the practice will help release that. Just tune in. How do you feel physically? How do you feel energy-wise, emotionally-wise? And how busy is your mind? Now hop on to the wave of your breath. Feel the rise and fall. Feel the expansion and the release. And depending on the tone of your energy, if it's a busy, 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 busy energy, I'm going to ask you to exhale longer than you inhale until you feel that busy, busy, busy feeling, or the, that feeling of anxiety, of a weird vibration, until that subsides. And then you even out your breath. So if you're feeling already fairly balanced this morning, I want you to focus on an evenness of breath. That's the goal. Having equilibrium. You're not too low and you're not too high. Enjoy having your eyes closed or a very soft gaze. And this is a great moment to just ask, what do you need to know What do I need to know for my higher good? And don't expect an answer. Don't expect fireworks or anything. But you might already, within a split second, had a feeling, an emotion, a thought. And be grateful for that. You're going to focus on your next 5 breaths. Can you find even more stillness? Yet can you find that as you expand the breath, you expand you? The energy, the essence of you goes beyond your skin and bone. Can you feel a lightness and ease come into your body? A couple of good exhales. And since, we are all in different positions, you're going to have to figure out how you're going to undo where you are. So find a way to move fingers, toes, head, wiggle a little bit. If you're seated, slouch and sit up tall. And we are all going to end up meeting eventually in a standing position. So it might take you up to a minute to get up, so do not rush. You might even want to, go on to all fours and move around. Please don't lose the amazing sensation that you've created. Whenever you do end up upright, you are just going to reconnect, close your eyes, feet underneath your lungs, and just feel the connection, a new contact to the ground. Feel your feet. Feel how your body is leaning. If it's leaning, try to center it. And then I'm going to encourage you to have a smile on your face. It does not have to be big. And then allow your head to just gently start to move. It's almost like your body just gently starts to unwind, and it starts at the head and it's barely detectable. And if you let your head do its thing without getting your ego, your mind involved, it's going to go all kinds of different ways. And you won't even know why. It just goes. You add your shoulders if it feels good. Oh, and it does feel good. Oh. Let your upper body get involved. Let your hips get involved. So that, again, there's no set pattern. Your arms might start to reach in all kinds of ways. They might create some circular movement. They might reach, your body might rotate. Your knees can bend, they can extend. Arch your back, round in your back. And then bit by bit, I'm going to get you to, once you've done quite a bit of movement here, you're going to end up being in a forward fold, but you are not in a hurry to get there. So let things kind of slowly go down. And once you are upside down, you can sway or you can just pause. If you like to have your feet wider apart, you do that. Feel your belly against your thighs. Once you get there, let your head drop. Let the shoulders be so relaxed that you feel your arms almost coming out of the shoulder sockets. And if you let go enough and release, you might even feel that collarbone and your scapula just gliding and sliding all over the surfaces that they cover. Bend and extend your legs. And bit by bit, we're coming closer to the ground by going into squat and coming out of squat. Squat-like. Like you don't have to go all the way down. You go in and out, still swaying, dropping head. Drop your bum, go into your squat, come out of it. And if you are comfortable with a squat, you go and stay there. If your squat is something that is nasty for you right now and you staying in it feels yucky, I want you to keep moving. So that maybe one day your body will accept a squat. So a few more breaths. Even in your squat, you can move around. You can move one knee to the floor, lift the heel, the other one. Good. From your deep squat or wherever you are, we're going to go back into a fold. So lift your bum, put your hands down on the ground, head down. I'd like you to rotate towards your right leg and then walk over to your left leg with your hands and upper body. Good. Recenter yourself, bend through a chair. So that means you're going to need to lift your shoulders, your head, drop your bum, reach your arms up to the sky and then up. And as you come up, take the time to actually go for an arch like you're going over a barrel. So feel that the whole back is involved, not just one part. Let your arms roll back. And let's come back to a standing pose, either hands down to your side for mountain pose or hands to your heart, whichever resonates with you. If you have your hands to heart, I'm going to get you to drop them down to your sides. You're going to reach your arms far back, way, way, way back, and then reach up like you're doing a giant circle. Reach it all the way up. And then we're going to fold ragdoll style. Let your belly go to your thighs, head upside down. Let's go half up. So we're working into our half sun salutation. Straighten your legs, flatten your back. Exhale, fold with a generous bend in your knees, and then rise. So have a bend in your knees to help you come up with a straight back. Bring your hands to heart. So there we go. Let's do 3 more half sun salutations. You can do them the way that I'm asking you. Reach your arms back and around, and then dive down, or simply the way you feel comfortable with it. Half up. That's where you can straighten your legs, fold, really bend, and rise straight back all the way up. Slight back bend if you can, and hands to heart. So everything can be modified. Keep going. Still visiting the same kind of angles that I'm asking you to visit. Half up. Fold and rise. And I'm going to ask you to do that one more time. Fold. Half up, fold and rise. And then when you're up, again, you can have your hands to heart or hands down to your side. I just want you to feel centered and listen for the stillness. Feel the stillness. And feel your physiology. It keeps going. Circulation, heartbeat. Now we're going to balance. You're going to let your arms go out to the side and lift your left knee up and just hold. And when I say up, it does not have to be high. It's just you are now on one leg. Master that. And if when your foot is up, you're doing okay, you can rise your knee to your forehead, lift your foot to the ceiling, right? I want you to figure out what works for you to find that balance, have success. Now that front leg, the one that's up in the air, is going to cross back like a big old curtsy, and you're going to bring your knee to the ground. Ooh, or close to it anyways. Curtsy back, and then try and go touch the knee and the hands to the ground. And then come back up, lift the leg way out to the side. Feel like a little ballerina here. You can lengthen your leg if you would like, and then you're going to cross it in front. And again, go and touch the ground. Bend the knees. See if you can keep your heels down. Rise back up. Lift the leg and make it go all the way around and through. Bring it back up and pause to the beginning and B. And transfer the weight into the other leg and do the same thing. Find your base. You can always amplify. But amplifying only happens when the base is solid. Pause, think tall, keep your hip engaged and rising the spine and head. Let's do our beautiful curtsy back. Show, leg goes behind you. You bend. You'll probably have to lift your back heel. Try not to. Go all the way down. Rise your arms out to the side, lift the leg. The arms, maybe they'll feel like giant wings. You can bring them to wherever. And then cross the leg in front. Same idea. Go down to the ground. Rise it up. Now the leg goes all the way around. So start crossed, around, way back, and through. Ta-da, you made it through. Hold. Both feet side by side. Let's do a half sun salutation to let go of all that stuff. Rise up. Exhale, fold. Half up. Fold and rise. Bring your hands to heart and pause. So we're going to add on to that funky little balance thing. You're going to support yourself on your right leg, left leg lifts. Just pause. So really, it's not the way it looks, it's the way it feels. And when it gets to feeling easy, you add on a little bit more. Now, instead of just crossing it behind as a curtsy, I want you to go all the way around. So lift the knee as high as you can. Ginormous rotation. Feel the glute engage here. And then bring it behind and then go down. Come back up, lift the leg up to the side. Lengthen out. From there, bring it across high as you can. Now cross, bring it down, rise it up. Big rotation all the way around. Bring it through. And we're not done. Keep it up. Step it back to warrior one. So the foot in warrior one is on an angle. Step it down, create your warrior one. Relax your shoulders. yet you reach your arms as high as you can. And that might mean here, right? It doesn't have to be over your head. If your shoulders are not happy, right? Good, let your arms roll back and step your feet side by side. And we're gonna do the other side. Support yourself, left leg, lift the right and find that quiet. We're here for a bit, take your time. Good. Now lift the knee and create that ginormous rotation so that you can do your curtsy behind slowly. I want you to feel as your muscles engage as they rotate. Put the foot down, swoop it down, rise the arms, rise the leg to the side. If there is that possibility, lengthen. Try and keep it lengthened, then slowly come across. Oh, the muscles are working. Cross down, squat down. Come on up and ginormous roll from side all the way around. Again, feel every muscle as it starts to tag on. And then bring the knee through and hold. And find your warrior one. Step the leg back. Slowly set it. And then enjoy the quiet of your warrior one. Again, your arms, I'm going to reemphasize, they don't have to be here. I actually also love when the hands are to heart, so find what works for you. This is a warrior. This is all about focus. Can you be in this position and stop thinking of all the physical? Maybe stare at a point ahead of you, not necessarily the screen. And then notice your peripheral vision lighting up. Let the breath quiet. Beautiful. Let's step our feet side by side so we can do a half sun salutation. Rise the arms all the way up. Exhale, fold. Let everything go down. Half up. Fold. And rise. Let the hands pause at heart or down by your side. So we're going to add on. Yay. Support yourself on your right leg, lift the left, and pause. Just find and notice how the feet take over, or the foot, the feet, I guess. And then begin that journey of lifting that knee as high as you can, rotating around so you can do your back curtsy. But after the back curtsy, you're going to work into dancing Shiva. So go down. Come up. Instead of sending the leg out to the side, you're going to go into dancing Shiva. Now it can be low and really challenge the ankles, right? Or it can stay high with a straight leg. Depends on what you're feeling right now in your body. Good. Now the front leg steps down when we continue with the leg opening out to the side. So we continue our little pattern. Cross it straight as you can until you're crossed, and then you go down, squat down, rise it up. Then ginormous circle. Toes are flexed. Bring it way back and way through. Pause and find your warrior one. Step it back. You're in your warrior one. And then find peace in the warrior one. Now we're going to go into warrior three. Yippee, we're skipping warrior two. That means you're going to go into an airplane. You're going to let the hands go out to the side for balance. Shift your weight into the front leg until the back foot no longer touches. Then you lift that back leg. I'm going to recommend the sporting leg stay bent. And you can tip. Your arms can stay to the side. Your hands can go to your back foot or reach forward for the, superhero kind of feeling. And then slowly release, half sun salutation. Let it go, let that leg go. Shake it out if you need to. Exhale, fold. Half up, fold, and rise. And once again, find stillness and maybe notice, oh, my muscles are starting to talk to me. But can I send, we send breath. I know the breath doesn't go there, but just send love. Just send that loving little massage there. Support yourself on your left leg and lift the right. It's the last time through, I promise. Hold. And then rise it and roll it way up and around. Oh, I love this angle. You just feel all the hip muscles, the glutes. And then step back and try and get down to the ground as much as you can. And then when you rise, just go to dancing Shiva. So all the weight goes into the back leg, lift the front leg, and pause. Again, you can be in a deep bend, challenge that. Or maybe at this point, again, you can go with a straight leg and enjoy this beautiful pose. Set the foot down, the leg goes way out to the side, open up, lengthen and bring it across. That's not easy. Cross it, do your bow again, your squat. Good, come up, that leg goes all the way up and around, bent, big, big, big old roll. Your hips will thank me tomorrow. Bring it through, hold, warrior one. Set yourself up and be that focused warrior. How can you position yourself with like the front knee bent, the back leg straight, the foot on an angle, and feel like this is the easiest pose today? When you breathe, can you feel the expansion of yourself, your being beyond your skin and bone? And then we go off into our warrior three or the airplane. So lean forward, arms out. You just keep leaning forward, get off the foot. Don't rush that. That's the trick, is you take your time. Slight bend in the supporting leg. Try your arms different ways. Maybe they want to move the whole time. And then bring the foot down. Half sun salutation. Actually, this one will bring us to the ground. So reach it up, big breath. Exhale and fold. Half up. Fold, come to your tabletop. And take a moment to give your hips some loving, your back some loving. So bring your Shakira on. Shakira. Let the head move, let the shoulders move. Drop the elbows, let the body rise and fall, move. Even just very, very, minute movement could feel so good to release a lot of the work we just did. And now what you're going to do is you're going to send your right leg behind you and you're going to continue that little wiggle of the hips and rounding of the back and moving the head. Okay, here's where we're going to crouch back. So the way you're going to do that is the right leg, it's going to turn out a little bit and it's going to bend to allow your bum to come to the left heel.
Your arms are going to reach forward like you're in some form of child's pose, right? And then you come back and realign. Let's do that again. So turn the leg out, crouch, bend the knee. The sole of your foot is going to end up touching the ground, the knees to the ceiling, and your arm is reaching. And one more time. Come back and go back. Crouch. And realign. Now, from here, you're going to roll over that straight leg and bring your right outer thigh and buttocks to the ground. So roll over, take the left hand off the ground. So your right arm's going to support you. Now you're in this cute little cross-leg position, looking to your foot. That should feel good. Come back to neutral. And let's do that again. Roll over. Back. And one more time. I like it in threes. Roll over. Come back to center, and guess what? We're going to do it the other side. I'm going to turn around so you see it. Left leg. So here's where we crouch. So turn your leg out open, knee out to the side, bend and crouch. So you got one leg that's doing a squat, the other one's doing a complete flexion. And come back, straighten and align your hips to the floor, and then rotate again. Oh, that left arm, oh, make it reach. And then back. And exhale again one more time. Center. Let's roll over that straight leg. So let yourself come over. The left arm supporting, right hand is off the ground and might even come to the ground behind you. And realign. I don't know about you, but I'm getting a lot out of the hip is just saying, whoa, thank you. Turn around. You might or might not get to the ground. It's okay. Do it one more time. Shake your wrist off if it needs to in between. Rotate. Recenter. And then widen your knees. And time to kind of snuggle back there and go into either a child's or modified child's. It might be that you want to hang out with your head up and wiggle your hips side to side, or come all the way down into your child's. And maybe the wiggle becomes less and less obvious. Reach one arm and then reach the other. Move your shoulders, move your head. Like you're just slowly settling down. It's like you're returning to the earth. When stillness takes over, just enjoy it. And we're not in a hurry here. We're going to stay. Of course, if this is not feeling yummy, find a slightly different position. About 4 more breaths here. Nice long ones. You're welcome to stay in child's if you're thinking, oh, this was so beautiful. And if you want to continue on, you're going to come to your belly. So lengthen everything out onto your belly. Put your head on your fists and just let your hips rock. I think you have your head as low as you want. Let your hips rock. And then you're going to pause the rock, and then you're going to try and get one leg to be longer than the other. So I'd like you to, creep one leg back. You might have to lift your foot and kind of inchworm. Try to make it longer and longer and longer. And then bring it back. Let's do the other side. Walk the other leg, make it longer, longer, longer. So you're kind of creating a teeter-totter with your hips, going on an angle. And then release. And that's what you're going to actually do is a teeter-totter. So I want one hip to rise, the other hip to lower, and then switch. So it's not rise and lower to the ground. It's actually, rise to the shoulder and lower to the foot, and keep alternating. It's almost like you're trying to walk forward on the ground. And then release, and then let your hips move around. And then I'd like you to bend your legs so that your thighs are on the ground, your feet are to the ceiling, and you're going to do some movement here. You're going to, move your legs so that they windshield wiper or they cross over. Try the different angles. Now, depending on if you've got some, SI joint issues, you'll, like this or not. If this sends a lot of, discomfort or pain in that pelvis area, the low back, we should have a conversation after this, okay? So let me know. Should feel good. Yeah, a few more moments. All right, so straighten your legs. We're a face down Shavasana kind of thing, right? Legs are straight. Now I'm gonna ask you to bring your right leg, so I'm gonna do it this way, forward and look like a little froggy. So slip, inner thigh is gonna be on the ground, foot's on the ground, right? Just bring it to your shoulder as much as you can. Hold it there for a few moments. Hopefully this is easy to get to. If not, you work towards it. Take a few moments here. And you're going to do something weird, although the whole class has been weird, right? You're going to end up coming onto your hands, so elbows are back. And you're going to do a froggy little push-up here. So come up. You there? Come on up. Come on up. Good. And then come back down. And simply switch legs. So send that leg back. I'm going to do it on this angle so you can see. Now the other leg, your left leg, comes into the froggy, and just be here and let your body adapt to being in this frog position. That's your left leg that's coming towards your elbow or shoulder, that side. Again, if you're having issues with this, we talk about it after, right? You stick around and we chat about it. Hands to your side, firmly on the ground, elbows in. Give yourself a little push up. Up. We're there. Come on up, straighten your arms as much as you can. And then back down. Okay. Place your hands so that they're nice and comfy, arms are comfortable, and switch legs. So straighten, switch the leg, and that leg forward. Give yourself a push-up. And down. And switch legs. I mean, you can leave your hands where they are. It's one less step to do. Once you're set, push yourself up and down. Okay, leave the leg where it is. Okay, you've got it. So I've got my left leg forward. I'm going to reach my right arm in front of me and over to the left. So I reached forward and then I crossed it over. Now use your left hand to push yourself over and go into a spinal twist. So you with me? So all I did, okay, so my right arm is reaching forward, across, my left hand just pushes me to roll over in bed kind of thing. And then if you can, you take your shoulder blades, you kind of lift your torso, lift so that your shoulder blades can maybe both be on the ground. Chances are they won't. What I'd like to see is your forearm, not your forearm, your arm, elbow, shoulder, trying to touch over to the ground. You might want to rest your hand on your belly, or it can flop open. So your right hand might enjoy resting on your left thigh or knee, whatever leg's on top, right? If you put your hand there, it's like a paperweight and it just, oh, you don't have to work so hard. Close your eyes and just enjoy this beautiful spinal twist. You get a little bit of a bum stretch. Now you get a whole body stretch here. You can let your head roam around. Maybe bring it to where, not that it's uncomfortable, but maybe there's a little tightness. Don't, fall into the rut of where you always go. And then just breathe. Use this pose as a gift to you, a moment of stillness. And of course, if this twist is really wrenching your body, you can go into fetal twist where both knees are stacked underneath you. Okay, instead of having one leg forward, one leg back. Spend a few moments here. Now, some of you might have the mobility, this flexibility to actually, that bottom leg that's straight, well, you can bend it towards your bum, and then the arm that's not doing anything way back there can go and grab the foot. And then you bring the foot down to the ground. So if you happen to be looking and wondering what I'm doing, grab it. Not everybody can do this. But it could be on your 5-year plan. About 8 or 10 more breaths, so really settle in. Shifting gears, going into a yin practice. Gently untangle you from this and then find your way onto your belly. Complicated way, but you just roll over to your belly. Now we started off with the left knee bent, and now we're going to do the right leg. So right leg is going to bend into your froggy position. Okay. Your left arm is going to reach ahead of you and then across, which starts the rotation already. And then push yourself over and find that rotation. And if you get to that point where you're like, I'm stuck, exhale. And don't try as hard. Right? Maybe the arm is going to stay with you for a little while. And bit by bit, your body will melt into the rotation. And of course, that might take days. So you might opt for the fetal version with both legs stacked underneath each other. You might also really enjoy, again, like I had said before, you kind of your whole torso so that you can rotate and get your shoulder blades down. Put the hand on the knee as a paperweight. And when you're ready, you could bend that bottom leg to hold it with the hand, but I think it's too early yet. Unless you know, again, you've got that hypermobility. If it comes with ease, go for it. Really use your exhale well to show your body that you're not going to force it too quickly. You're going to melt into it. Feel the tension in your jaw dissolve. Really dropped into a groove. Try it at a different angle. About 8 or 10 slow breaths. Settle in. So as you undo this, you're going to end up on your back instead of your belly. Just take your time. You can straighten your legs for a moment and give yourself a nice little wiggle or reach. What I'd like you to do as you're doing this, can you get the leg longer than the other? And perhaps even reach the same arm as the leg that's reaching so that you get a full stretch. Again, reach one leg, one arm, and then the other leg, other arm. Let your arms relax to where they feel good. And I'd like you to rock your pelvis side to side. So 3 and 9 o'clock kind of thing. So you're trying to squish one glute to the ground all the way to, your outer thigh. Like you won't get there, but so it's a side teeter-totter. And then I'd like you to create a figure 8 with your pelvis. And so it is how to describe that other than a figure 8 moving around, and try it the other direction if you can figure out the other direction. So you are doing Shakira on your back, basically. There's all kinds of movements. Oh, I am so awkward on one side, but that's okay. That is me. And then slowly release that, bend your knees. I'd like you to do one hip bridge, slowly come up. You can even massage your bum, your hips, your low back. Oh, that feels good. Into like the groin, into the quads, wherever you can get, right? The length of your arms will dictate that. Get into your buttocks, into your low back, into your waist, into your belly, and bring everything down. And continue with a gentle massage in your belly. If you're wanting to help motility, help elimination, you're going to go up the right, across to the left, and down the left, creating a circle. Just a loving little massage, or you can do little, cat paw, little, not digging in, but gently. Just think cat paws, little moving in and out. And give it a final little I love you, little rub. And it's time to end our practice. You can lengthen your legs and bring your arms out. And you might even find that when you lengthen your legs, you realize I'd like to have pillows underneath. So go ahead and do that right there. Enjoy letting go. If you can have your palms turned up. Good. Aligns your shoulder blades nicely. Do a little bit of a check. Check in. How's your body feeling now? What's the tone of your energy, your mindset? We're looking for equilibrium, a balance. Take some good mindful breaths and let yourself sink into a beautiful relaxed state. And enjoy your Shavasana.